I'm here outside the house of broadcasting legend Darren Rovell, and he's about to show us one of the craziest collections you will ever see.
All right, let's go. All right, Jeff, I guarantee you this will be one of the most diversified collections you've ever seen.
I already see some crazy stuff here, Darren. I appreciate you getting all of this out of your vault for us today.
All right, well, yeah, it's not, I don't have a man cave, so like people are like, oh, you don't display your stuff. I'm like, eh. I'm a ticket guy. Christian Laettner signed The Shot. Had to get that one. That was in the top 20 for me.
One of the most iconic college basketball moments there ever was.
Maybe the greatest play. Right?
Probably.
Right. This is a prop ticket from Back to the Future, signed by Michael J. Fox. And then I'm a huge Rocky fan. I managed to get the entire Rocky 2 in shot sheets, over 600 pages. I took the best 5 and got Stallone to sign them.
That's incredible. So these are the storyboards.
These are the storyboards
from the original film.
Every single punch, everything.
Wow, signed by Stallone.
I got that from the collection of Neil Leifer. First ride on the Ferris wheel. First Ferris wheel ever.
Wow.
The first Ferris wheel actually had 2,100 people on it at one time.
Wow.
So they were these huge, like, gondola type baskets.
Wow.
So that's a cool one. Elvis's last performance. So that's one.
And then what about this one?
Oh yeah, and this is Secretariat winning the Belmont. You know.
So that's when Secretariat took the Triple Crown.
Yes, yes.
What an incredible piece of history! You got the press pass from that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then I'm a humongous fan of Chris Farley. This is his last appearance on Saturday Night Live. So that was. I'm a big fan of the Beatles. This is their first album when it came to U.S. This is when Howard Cosell said, you know, we have some very unfortunate news. John Lennon of the Beatles has died. So that was
during the game. Okay.
So
that's the ticket from the game.
From the game.
Wow.
Yeah. I see.
Wow.
Couple movie prop. Seth Rogen's electronics ID from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
So what I want you to do, Darren, is grab 10 of your very favorite pieces that we haven't seen yet, and let's sit down and look at them in more detail.
You got it. Let's
go.
All right, let's go.
Wow, I'm excited to see this. I could already see some crazy stuff here.
All right, so this is Kobe Bryant's credential that was around his neck in Beijing.
Wow.
I was there with Kobe in 2008. This is actually the piece that I will never sell.
It's incredible.
So it's too close and he's not with us, and so I am a big believer in Disney, in Walt Disney, in collecting Disney. I have 2 checks here. Walt Disney paying a quarter of his 1962 taxes. And that's just such a magnificent, amazing signature.
Look at that.
Another just beautiful Walt Disney signature. This is the second highest graded ticket to the first day at Disneyland.
Oh, wow. So the opening day of Disneyland in California.
Yeah, July 17th, 1955. Still think for the right pieces, Tiger Woods is still undervalued. So I have a couple signed Tiger Woods pieces. I have his first Masters that he won and his last Masters.
Oh, wow.
The badges, both the badges signed. So these are, I think, amazing pieces. And this is a piece I was able to get. So there's a Caddyshack commercial. I think it's in 2004 or 5. And this is the card from the Caddyshack commercial.
His American Express card from the commercial.
So he signed the back, and I guess a producer or someone on the set was able to get it. And then I said, wow, that's a really cool piece.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's really, really neat. Awesome.
I do not have a Michael Jordan debut ticket.
Okay.
I'm not really into the debuts as much, but I am into, you know, all the highlights and the moments, and I was able to get this first time he ever wore Air Jordans.
So that's the significance of that one.
You put this thing in your OG Jordans, and this is a great piece.
That is a great, and you said there's only 3 of those?
3.
In existence?
Yes. Yeah,
wow.
Or at least slabbed by PSA.
At least slabbed by PSA.
Yeah. And now we have a little bit of Kennedy stuff here. Not that rare, but just love what PSA does. Hey, this is the ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
So that's the inauguration.
Yes, the
that's
inauguration.
the ticket to go see the inauguration where he gave the speech.
Right. This is the dinner a press pass to the dinner that didn't wind up happening.
Okay.
Because he got killed.
Wow.
And this might be my number one ticket. It is a full ticket to the night that Marilyn Monroe sang Happy Birthday to JFK. And there's only 2 fulls, and that's the highest graded. The fact that it was a ticketed event at Madison Square Garden is kind of wild to think about.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
That's really, really neat.
And then this is a year before JFK became president. It's the price for a subscription to the Washington Post. So that's a check.
Okay.
There's like 13 Kennedy checks out there, and I think that's really the one that has the story.
So he read the Washington Post.
He did.
He subscribed to the Washington Post.
He did read the clips.
All right.
So this is a Jackie Robinson 10 signature.
Yeah, real bold.
I mean, it's amazing, and it's to a girl. I checked it, and the Brooklyn Dodgers did play a day game against the Cubs that day. You can imagine Jackie Robinson probably like going to the post office and mailing this himself.
Right.
So that's wild. The Jackie Robinson debut has gotten a lot of pub, but I love him stealing home. Game 1 of the 1955 World Series. I mean, you come into enemy territory and you steal home in Game 1. Just incredible. And that just is so vibrant and
it's a beautiful
crazy.
ticket.
There's 3 fulls of that.
Only 3 in existence.
And then this is an amazing check. It's him making out a check to Eleanor Palin, who is the person who owned the apartment that he and Rachel stayed on the 2nd floor of when they broke the color barrier.
Wow.
So that's a rent check, $90 in September of '48.
Wow. So much history in these pieces. It's, ticket collecting is really, not checks obviously in this case, but checks, tickets. It's really interesting because it's a blend of sports in these examples as well as history.
Absolutely. Which is why I love it, right? Which is why I love it.
Really fascinating.
So I've always needed to get some sort of Edison, because his signature is so crazy with the way and this is a very rare one in that he normally does not give his middle name middle name Alva.
Okay.
And so this is to get a patent with his name, so his name could be used on batteries in England. But one of the coolest.
What a signature!
What a signature! Really
tremendous history, all in one document right there.
Really like that piece. And then when I was thinking about, what are the greatest autographs of all time? Obviously, Babe Ruth is there, but the famous John Hancock, the first real guy to be known for his autograph. So this is a lottery ticket that John Hancock signed, and the politicians at the time would sign these to prove that they're actually real.
Okay.
And so he signed this lottery ticket to rebuild Faneuil Hall, famous in Boston.
Yes. When you think of signatures, I mean, they literally call it put your John Hancock on something, and that is an incredible
unless you're Chris
signature.
Farley and Tommy Boy, and then it's Herbie Hancock. All right, and then the Rudy collection here. This is my favorite movie. That's a piece of an original Notre Dame Stadium seat. This is a ticket from the actual Rudy game.
From the game
where he
got the sack.
Georgia Tech quarterback Rudy Allen.
I mean, there can't be many of those out there because at that moment in time, it wouldn't have been.
Why would you want this?
Right.
I think there's like 15 now.
Okay.
Actually, so it's Rudy. And then he put an X where he sacked the quarterback, which is really cool. Press pass. This is a prop press pass from the movie signed by Rudy. This is at halftime of the '92 Boston College Notre Dame game. They filmed the scene, so I have that.
You obviously must have loved this movie.
Yes. And then as part of diversification, I like business people. I think they're really collectible. I think their autographs are harder than most. And Warren Buffett is, kind of number one. So this is 1947 Woodrow Wilson High School yearbook when Warren Buffett was a senior.
You got a senior yearbook.
Yep. Yeah, and I've owned pieces of Warren Buffett over time, but This is the largest known signed Warren Buffett piece. So we have 16 $1 bills, uncirculated from the Kansas City Treasury, signed by Warren Buffett. And I think that this piece will eventually go. I think a hedge fund guy or who wants to say, this is the largest Warren Buffett, put it on their wall. It's purposely unframed, right? So, because I see it in someone else's hands, but I've really enjoyed this piece.
That's real cool. Yeah, it's a beautifully large signature.
Yes.
That's neat. Wow, what an incredible, diverse collection, Darren. This is really awesome. I got to ask you guys out there, which was your favorite piece? There were literally so many to choose from. Unbelievable, mind-blowing pieces. What was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, guys, give it a like and please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it. Darren, thanks for taking the time.
Awesome, of course.
This is
my
awesome.
pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you soon with our next episode.